Good morning and welcome. Happy Mother's Day. And big surprise, today we're going to talk about mothers and the divine feminine. Every spiritual tradition on earth recognizes the divine feminine. She has 1,000 names and 1,000 faces, and each name reveals something essential about who she is and what she brings to the world. In the ancient Jewish mystical tradition, she is Sophia, divine wisdom herself. Sophia appears in the book of Proverbs, present at the creation of the world, delighting in the human race. The agnostic Christians saw her as the feminine face of God, the one through whom all knowing comes. Wisdom isn't just information. Wisdom is the deep understanding that sees through to the truth of things. Sophia is the keeper of that sacred knowledge. In Buddhist traditions, she is Kuan-Yin, whose name means she who hears the cries of the world. Kuan-Yin is the bodhisattva of compassion, the one who postponed her own enlightenment to stay and help all beings. She is the tender mercy that responds to suffering. She is the listening presence that never turns away. When you cry out in pain, she hears you. When you need compassion, she offers it without conditions. The ancient Greeks knew her as Gaia, the Earth Mother, the living planet herself. Gaia isn't a metaphor. She is the ground beneath our feet, the air we breathe, the water that sustains us. She is the body of the world, and we are her children. Everything alive is part of her. The trees, her hair, the rivers, her blood, the mountains are her bones. To know Gaia is to remember that you're not separate from the earth, you are the earth, conscious of itself. In Hebrew traditions, and I will say that there are 1,000 names and many, many opportunities for me to mispronounce something, so if I did so, it's purely ignorance and no disrespect. Again, in Hebrew tradition, she is Shekhinah, the dwelling presence of God. When the Israelites wandered in the desert, Shekhinah was the cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. She is the immanent presence of the divine, the God who doesn't stay distant but comes close, who dwells among us, who is here. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there she is. In every act of love, there she is. She is the presence you can feel when spirit is near. Across culture, she is known simply as the Great Mother, the Creatrix, the source from which all life flows. She is Isis in Egypt, Pachamama in the Andes, Yemaya in West Africa and the Caribbean, Brigid in Celtic lands, Lakshmi in India. Different names, different faces, but the same recognition. There is a feminine aspect to the divine, and she is the one who births, nurtures, sustains, and transforms all life. What is the mother energy really? It's bigger than biology, and it's deeper than gender. It's the force that nurtures, protects, creates, and sustains. It's the fierce mama bear who will fight to the death to protect her cubs, and it's the tender embrace that rocks you to sleep. It's both at once and everything in between. Mother energy is receptivity. It's the womb, literal or metaphorical, that receives life and transforms it. It's the sacred space where potential becomes actual, where the invisible becomes visible. It's where spirit takes form. Mother energy doesn't force or push, it allows. It opens and receives, and in that receptivity, it's extraordinary creative power. Mother energy is intuition and deep knowing. It's the gut feeling that something's wrong with your child before they can even speak. It's the inner wisdom that knows what's needed without being told. It's the capacity to read energy, to feel what others feel, to know without knowing how you know. The divine feminine sees beyond the surface into the heart of things. Mother energy is the capacity to hold space for others to become. A mother holds her child, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, energetically. She creates the container in which the child can grow into who they are meant to be. And this isn't just about children. It's about holding space for a friend's grief, for a partner's transformation, for a community's healing. It's the ability to say, I see you. I'm here. You're safe to unfold. And mother energy is love, not the conditional love that says, I'll love you if, not the transactional love that keeps score. The unconditional love that says, I love you because you exist. It's the ideal we reach for, even if we fall short on occasion. It's the love that doesn't require you to be anything other than who you are. In unity, we've always understood that God is both mother and father. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore honored the feminine aspects of the divine. They knew that to see God only as masculine was to miss half of who God is. The creative, nurturing, intuitive, receptive qualities of spirit are just as essential as the active, protective, ordering qualities. We need both, and we are both. Today, on Mother's Day, we're going to explore the mother in all her forms. The mother we had, the mother we might be, or maybe chose not to be, or long to be. The Mother Earth who holds us all, and a typical mother energy that lives within each of us, regardless of our gender or whether we've ever given birth. So let's start with the mother we had. When I say the mother you had, you know exactly who I'm talking about. She might be the woman who gave birth to you. She might be the woman who adopted you, who raised you, who chose you. She could be your grandmother who stepped in when your biological mother couldn't show up. She might be your aunt or older sister, your father's partner, your neighbor. She might be the teacher who saw you when no one else did, the friend's mom who always had a place for you at the table. Whoever she is, she gave you something. Your biological mother gave you life, and she may have given you the love that you needed, or it may have been someone else who gave you the care and the love. It could be someone else that gave you the example of what love looks like when it's practiced in the everyday world. Maybe she taught you how to make a bed, how to keep going when you're tired, how to notice when someone needs a little extra kindness. Maybe she taught you how to laugh in the middle of chaos. Maybe she taught you how to stay calm in a storm. Maybe she taught you how to tell the truth, or to be strong, how to survive, how to get up and begin again. So today we say thank you. Thank you for the women who birthed us, who fed us, clothed us, watched over us, worried over us, and loved us in the ways they knew how. Thank you for the mothers who stayed up late, for the mothers who got up early. Thank you for the mothers who worked outside the home and the mothers who worked inside the home. The mothers who worked both and still felt like they were falling behind. Thank you for the mothers who remembered the forms to sign, the costumes to buy, the appointments to keep, the birthdays to celebrate, the snack list, the field trips, the laundry, the meals, the endless invisible details that keep life moving. Thank you for the mothers who made ordinary days feel special. Thank you for the mothers who packed lunches with little notes in them. Thank you for the mothers who listened, the mothers who told the truth. Thank you for the mothers who made a little go a long way. Thank you for the mothers who gave us patience, discipline, humor, tenderness, structure, and warmth. Thank you for the mothers who loved us well. Thank you for the mothers who loved us imperfectly. Thank you for the mothers who did their best. Thank you for the mothers whose love changed us, even when we didn't know it at the time. Mother's Day can be hard because we're supposed to celebrate, and sometimes the relationship is complicated. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes the woman who raised you did her best and it still wasn't enough. Sometimes she was dealing with her own wounds and she passed them on to you. Sometimes she was limited by her time, her circumstances, her own unhealed places. You can honor her without idealizing her. You can be grateful for what she gave you while also acknowledging what she couldn't. Both things can be true. She did her best, and her best had gaps. She loved you, and she also hurt you. You carry her strengths, and you carry her wounds. This is the inheritance. And here's what's beautiful. You get to decide what to do with that inheritance. You can break the cycle while still honoring the lineage. You can say, thank you for what you gave me, and I'm going to heal what you couldn't heal. I'm going to give myself what you couldn't give me. I'm going to love differently, parent differently, show up differently. That's not a betrayal of her. That's evolution and growth. That's becoming a mother to yourself that you needed. Forgiveness and gratitude can coexist. You don't have to choose. You can say, I forgive you for your limitations, and also I'm grateful for your gifts. Maybe the point isn't to make it all neat and tidy. Maybe the point is to tell the truth about the full picture. And for some of us, that truth includes the mothers and mother figures who look nothing like the moms on television. Real life is rarely wrapped up by the end of an episode. Real families are more complicated, more tender, more fractured, more resilient. Not everyone had the sitcom mother who always knew the right thing to say, or the movie mother who delivered wisdom on cue, or the tidy, smiling version of motherhood that ends with everything resolved in 22 minutes. But even if your story does not look like that, you still come from somewhere. Someone held you, someone fed you, someone noticed you and shaped you. Someone gave you a life and something to carry forward. And that's worth honoring. Maybe it was your biological mother that cared for you. Maybe it was the woman that raised you. Maybe it was grandma, aunt, foster mother, teacher, neighbor, anyone. Maybe it was a man who carried the mothering energy in a way that saved you. Maybe it was a whole village. So on Mother's Day, we celebrate beyond biology. We thank the ones who gave us life. We also thank the ones that gave us love. We thank the people who mothered us in all the ways that mattered. We thank the ones who stayed. We thank the ones who stepped in. We thank the ones who saw us, nourished us, corrected us, encouraged us, and made room for us to become ourselves. For those of us who were fortunate enough to have wonderful mothers, it's a beautiful thing to celebrate them. It can be simple and joyful to remember the woman who loved you, supported you, taught you, and made the world safer, and to take the time to celebrate them on their special day. And for those who have lost their mothers, today can be a day of tender remembrance. Her voice may still live in your mind. Her recipes may still live in your kitchen. Her sayings may still come out of your mouth. Her habits, her wisdom, her laugh. You may remember her hair, her hands. Her love is still a part of you. The mother does not vanish when the body is gone. She continues in memory, in language, in legacy, and in love. Now, for those of us who are mothers, you who are mothers yourself, whether to human children or fur babies or creative projects or communities, I want to acknowledge something. Mothering is hard. It's one of the hardest spiritual practices there is. Mother's Day can be complicated when you're a mother too, because culture wants to put you on a pedestal, and that might not be comfortable for you. If you're like most of the moms I know, most days you're just trying to keep everyone alive and mostly sane. And you know that sometimes you lose your temper or that you don't always have the patience or the wisdom or the energy. You know that you're making it up as you go and hoping you're not screwing it up too badly. And you still keep going. And keep going when the baby won't sleep. And keep going when the teenager shuts the door. And keep going when the doctor says something scary. You keep going when the calendar is too full and the budget is too tight. You keep going when nobody notices all the little things you do. You keep going because love keeps calling you back. That is holy work. Not everyone has a Hallmark card relationship with motherhood. Some of you are grieving today because you wanted children and couldn't have them. Some of you are estranged from your children, and the pain of that can be unbearable. Some of you are raising children alone and you're exhausted. Some of you chose not to have children and you're tired of being questioned about it. Some of you have lost a child, and Mother's Day is a knife in your heart. All of that is valid. All of that is real, and all of that is held here today. If you're mothering children right now, I want you to know the daily unglamorous work you're doing matters. The lunch is packed, the homework supervised, the Band-Aids applied, the stories read for the 1,000th time, the bedtime battles, the worry in the middle of the night, the constant, relentless showing up. It's not glamorous. It may not be Instagrammable most of the time, but it is sacred work. Mothering is showing up imperfectly over and over again. It's apologizing when you get it wrong. It's learning as you go. It's discovering that you can't pour from an empty cup, so you have to learn to mother yourself too. You have to give yourself the tenderness and patience and grace that you're trying to give to them. And here's the paradox. The fierce love you feel for your children, it transforms you, it cracks you open. It makes you more vulnerable and more powerful at the same time. You discover you would fight a bear with your bare hands to protect them. You discover you can function on no sleep and a prayer. You discover that your heart can hold more than you ever thought possible. And then they grow up and you have to let go. That's part of it too. Mothering is learning when to hold on and when to release, when to protect and when to let them fall, when to speak and when to listen. It's an art, not a science, and you learn it by doing it, sometimes badly and then trying again. For those of you who chose not to have children, your choice is valid and valuable. You mother in other ways. You nurture creativity, community, causes. You're not less than. You're not missing out. You made a choice that honored your truth, and that's powerful in and of itself. For those who wanted children but couldn't have them, I see you and I honor your grief. I understand Mother's Day may feel like salt in a wound. And you get to feel however you feel about it. The ache is real, and it's okay to acknowledge it. Now let's talk about the mothers we know from stories and screens, because television has always given us a language for mothering, even in its exaggerated, funny, and imperfect way. TV mothers may be fictional, but the qualities they represent are often deeply recognizable. They remind us that there are many ways to love a family, many ways to hold a household together, and many ways to show up as a mother. Some TV moms are the practical ones, the organizers and caretakers, the women who somehow know where everything is. Some are warm and funny, the ones that keep their family laughing. Some are fierce protectors who will defend their children with extraordinary courage. Some are the messy ones, the overwhelmed ones, the deeply human ones who make mistakes and still keep loving. Some are the wise elders. Some are the ones who are not technically mothers, but become mothers to everyone around them. And we love all of those characters because they reflect something true. Mothering is not one thing. Sometimes it looks like tough love. Sometimes it looks like a hug. Sometimes it looks like a casserole. Sometimes it looks like a hard conversation. Sometimes it looks like standing in a door waiting until the teenager gets home. Sometimes it looks like the line, "I made your favorite." Sometimes it looks like, "I know you're better than this and I'm not giving up on you." Sometimes it looks like laughing until you cry. Sometimes it looks like crying in the laundry room and then coming back out. So let's even include and thank the TV mothers and the fictional mothers and cultural mothers, the stories that helped us imagine what care can look like. Let us thank the sitcom moms, the drama moms, the fantasy moms, and the animated moms, and the movie moms who made us laugh and cry and recognize ourselves. Let us remember that even when fiction makes motherhood seem neat, real motherhood is often wildly more complicated and wildly more beautiful. And if your relationship with mothering does not match any of those pictures, that's okay too. Real life often does not look like television, fortunately. Real love is more layered, more difficult, more surprising. Some of us were raised by mothers who were brave and tender, some by mothers who were unable to give what they themselves never received. Some by mothers who were present in body but not in spirit. Some by mothers who were absent altogether. Some by people who had no formal title but carried the work of mothering anyway. That is why today is not only about thanking our biological mothers, it's about honoring the many forms mothering takes. It's about recognizing that life is often handed to us by more than one hand. So thank the aunt who picked you up, the grandma who kept you fed, the stepmother who tried, the foster mother who gave you a bed. Thank the neighbor who checked in. Thank the teacher who noticed your light. Thank the coach that believed in you. Thank the friend who sat with you when you were hurting. Thank the person who mothered your becoming. Now let's talk about Mother Earth, because she is the mother we all share, whether we acknowledge her or not. The living planet. Everything we have comes from her. The food on your table, the water you drink, the air you breathe, the ground beneath your feet. We are held, fed, sustained by the earth every single day. She is the ultimate mother, providing for billions of her children without asking for much in return. She gives us beauty too. She gives us sunrises and cherry blossoms, oceans and forests, mountains and rain, seasons and soil, bird songs and moonlight. She gives us wonder. She gives us home. She gives us the deep, quiet comfort of being held by something larger than ourselves. And on a day like Mother's Day, it's fitting to remember that every breath we take is already a gift from the mother. And yes, she asks something from us in return, but not as a scold. She asks for relationship, for reverence, and care. She asks that we remember we belong to her, not the other way around. She asks that we live as children who know they've been loved. We've not always done that well. We've taken more than we've given back, and we've treated the earth as if she were endless, even though every living thing has limits. But even now, she continues to offer us life. She continues to renew herself. She continues to teach us through the cycles of birth, growth, rest, and return. So today, rather than heaviness, let the earth feel our gratitude. Thank you, Mother Earth, for the fruit on the tree. Thank you for the rain, the soil, the oceans, for the medicine in plants. Thank you for seasons that remind us that change is natural, for the animals, for the birds. Thank you for this simple miracle of being alive on a planet that knows how to grow things. And may our gratitude become care. May we waste less, notice more, tread gently. May we give back where we can, protect what is vulnerable. May we remember that loving Mother Earth is part of loving ourselves. And here, what I want you to understand, everyone has access to Mother Energy, regardless of gender, regardless of whether you've ever given birth. Mother Energy lives in all of us. It's not exclusive to women. It's not dependent on biology. It's a quality of spirit, and spirit is in everyone. How do you mother? Maybe you mother yourself. You've learned to give yourself the care, the patience, the encouragement you need. You tuck yourself in at night. You speak kindly to yourself. You nurture your own growth. Maybe you mother your friends. You're the one who checks in, who remembers the anniversaries, who shows up with soup when they're sick, who holds space for their pain without trying to fix it. You celebrate their wins like they're your own. Maybe you mother your projects, your creative work, your dreams. You nurture them into being. You protect them when they're fragile. You give them time and attention and energy. Maybe you mother your community. You create spaces where people can gather. You feed people, literally or metaphorically. You build the container in which others can grow and heal and become. This is mother energy, capacity to create, to sustain, to nurture, to protect, to transform. You have this capacity. It's already in you. It's part of your divine nature. And maybe it's time to heal our relationship with the feminine. For thousands of years, the feminine has been devalued. Softness seen as weakness. Receptivity seen as passivity. Intuition dismissed as irrational. Emotions considered inferior to logic. The body shamed. The earth exploited. The feminine pushed down, pushed aside, and pushed out. All of us carry that wounding regardless of our gender. Men have been taught to suppress their feminine qualities, to see tenderness as weakness, to armor themselves against feelings. Women have been taught to mistrust their intuition, to override their bodies, to compete in a masculine paradigm while being punished for masculine behavior. We're reclaiming what was lost. We're remembering that softness is strength, that receptivity is power, that intuition is wisdom, that the body is sacred, that the earth is holy, and that the feminine is not less than the masculine. It is the necessary other half of the whole. Balancing masculine and feminine within yourself doesn't mean being half one thing and half the other. It means integrating both, knowing when to act and when to allow, when to speak and when to listen, when to push forward or pull back, when to protect and when to release. This is wholeness. This is what it means to be fully human, fully divine. Let's take a moment now to connect with the Divine Mother energy within and around you. So go ahead, find a comfortable position, gently close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let your whole body soften and relax. Bring your awareness to your heart center, that sacred space in the middle of your chest. Imagine a warm, gentle light there, soft and nurturing, like being held in the most loving embrace you've ever known. This is the Divine Mother within you. Feel her presence. She's always here, always loving you, always holding you. Breathe into that feeling of being held and seen and loved exactly as you are. Now bring to mind the mothers in your life. The woman who gave birth to you, the woman who raised you, perfectly or otherwise. Send her gratitude for what she gave you. If there's pain there, let it be held in this loving light. You don't have to fix it right now. Just acknowledge it and let the Divine Mother hold it with you. If you're a mother yourself, place your hand on your heart and offer yourself compassion. You're doing or did your best. You're enough. You're loved. Feel the Mother Earth beneath you, supporting you, holding you up. Send her gratitude. Send her love. And now feel the mother energy awakening within you, that capacity to nurture, to create, to protect, to love. It's yours. It's always been yours. Rest in this knowing for a moment of silence. When you're ready, take one more deep breath and slowly let it out. And as you release it, gently bring your awareness back to this room, back to this moment. When you're ready, open your eyes, carrying this connection with you. If Mother's Day is complicated, that's okay. We don't have to make it simple. We don't have to pretend it's all joy and flowers and brunch. We can honor the full truth of motherhood, the gifts, the wounds, the love, the loss, the celebration, and the grief. We honor the mothers who raised us imperfectly and beautifully. We honor the mother we are, trying our best in impossible circumstances. We honor Mother Earth, who sustains us all. We honor the divine feminine, who creates and nurtures and transforms. And we honor the mother energy within each of us, the capacity to love and create and hold space for life to unfold. The divine feminine lives in each of us. We are all children of the mother, and we are all capable of mothering in our own ways. May we do so with tenderness, with strength, with wisdom, and love. Happy Mother's Day. And so it is.